Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, the wife of the late ex-president of Ghana, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, Don Die. Her death shock Ghana, because she no be just di wife of a former president, she be symbol of women empowerment, political courage and social change for decades. She die after a short illness for Accra, die country capital, surrounded by family and loved ones who hold her hand till the very end. According to hospital sources, she passed away quietly at Di Ridge Hospital for Accra at the age of 76. News travel fast across Ghana and beyond, as people try to process the loss of a woman, way shape history both through her husband and through her own fierce commitment to national development. Born Nana Konadu Agyeman for Cape Coast in the central region of Ghana, she come from a family deeply rooted in royalty and respect. Even though she was born in Cape Coast, her ancestry links straight to the Ashanti royal family for Kumasi. Her parents were from long lines of traditional leadership and responsibility. From childhood, she was taught to speak boldly, act with dignity, and carry herself with a sense of duty to her community. As the third child among 7 children, she grew up in a home full of laughter, discipline, and constant emphasis on education and service. Her father often reminded her that leadership no be title, it be responsibility. Those words later become one of the guiding philosophies of her adult life. From early on, Nana Konadu show signs say she be exceptional. Her teachers remember her as outspoken, fearless, and always curious about the world beyond her classroom. She attended some of DI country's most elite schools, including Akamoda School, a place famous for nurturing Ghana's top leaders, intellectuals, and changemakers. It was there that destiny introduced her to a young man whose charisma and boldness would one day transform Ghana forever, Jerry John Rawlings. Their friendship starts simple, but everyone who knew them could feel the spark between them. Rawlings was full of energy, humor, and revolutionary dreams. Nana Konadu was equally strong-willed, disciplined, and intelligent. Together, they were unstoppable. After Akamoda, Nana Konadu furthered her studies, pursuing interior design, a profession that gave her creativity and independence. She was known for her keen sense of aesthetics. She believed beauty and order could inspire a nation. But even while she was practicing her profession, politics and service call her name. She married Jerry John Rawlings, and their marriage became one of Ghana's most talked-about unions. They were young, passionate, and both determined to change the country they loved so deeply. In June 1979, when Rawlings first assumed power after leading a military coup, Nana Konadu instantly found herself in the center of national transformation. Though her husband was at the helm, she was never content to be just the president's wife. Instead, she took an active role in shaping the social and cultural dimensions of the revolution. Even when Rawlings's government was turbulent and controversial, Nana Konadu maintained a steady presence, offering guidance, counsel, and sometimes even dissent. Those close to them say she was the only one who could look Rawlings in the eye and tell him the truth without fear. Their relationship was full of love and arguments, but both share a vision to make Ghana better, fairer, and more independent. When Jerry Rawlings returned to power again in December 1981 after another coup, Nana Konadu's role evolved even more. She saw firsthand the struggles of women across the country, women who worked tirelessly in farms, markets, and homes yet remained voiceless in governance. She couldn't stand by and watch their potential waste away. So she founded the 31st December Women's Movement in 1982. The movement became a turning point for women's activism in Ghana. Her goal was simple but profound: to empower women socially, economically, and politically. She wanted to give them tools to support themselves and their families, and to break away from the limitations that tradition and poverty place upon them. In her own words, Nana Konadu once say, "Let me throw myself into my work. For my political life, passion take over way I want understand the problems way women for the rural areas they experience for the country in crisis." And truly, she lived by those words. She travel across villages, listening to widows, market women, and mothers who carry babies on their backs while tilling the soil. She designed programs to help them grow small businesses, cassava processing, batik making, vegetable farming, and other initiatives that give women financial freedom. She no just talk, she act. Many Ghanaian women today owe their education, jobs, and confidence to DI foundations she lay through that movement. Her influence reached DI level of government policy. Under her advocacy, Ghana passed several laws that protect women and children. She spoke openly against early marriage, female genital mutilation, and domestic violence at a time when such topics were considered taboo. Her courage inspired not only women but men too, those who saw her as a voice of fairness and compassion. Nana Konadu no be perfect. She was human, strong-willed, sometimes stubborn, but always guided by purpose. She believed deeply that no country can progress if half of its population, women, remain oppressed or underrepresented. Over DI years, she grew into one of Ghana's most recognized political figures. She accompanied her husband on international missions, meet world leaders, and represent Ghana at countless global forums. But even as she rubbed shoulders with presidents and dignitaries, she never forget her roots. People who meet her for rural villages describe her as warm, approachable, and down to earth. She would sit on wooden stools, eat local food with her hands, and laugh with market women like she be one of them. That was her magic. She was both royal and relatable. Her marriage to Jerry Rawlings was a partnership of love and fire. Together they raised 4 children, Xanator, Ya Asantewa, Amina, and Kimathi. Among them, Dr. Xanator Agyeman-Rawlings followed closely in her mother's footsteps, becoming a lawmaker and member of parliament. Nana Konadu was immensely proud of her children, especially because she believed in education and independence. She raised them to be disciplined, thoughtful, and service-oriented. When Jerry Rawlings passed away in November 2020, she was heartbroken. They had spent over 4 decades together, through revolutions, elections, criticism, and triumphs. His death left a hole in her heart that never truly healed, though she continued to live with quiet dignity. In her later years, Nana Konadu remained active in Ghanaian public life. Even after leaving DI First Lady's office in 2001, she continued her advocacy work. She contested for political office herself under DI National Democratic Party, NDP, showing that her ambition and belief in her own leadership never fade. Though she never won the presidency, her courage to step forward in a male-dominated political field was itself a victory. She challenged Ghana to rethink what leadership means and to consider women not just as supporters but as leaders. Recently, before her passing, she attended burial of Dia Santehema, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings III in September, where she paid her final respects. She was also among D dignitaries who lay wreaths at D state funeral of government officials and soldiers who lost their lives in a helicopter crash in August this year. Those public appearances, though brief, show her continued involvement in national affairs despite her advancing age. Many people who saw her at those events describe her as graceful but visibly frail. Few could have guessed that those moments would be among her last public appearances.